Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing some thrifting, some flipping, and some staging. I know y'all going to enjoy today's video, so let's get started with the projects. Look at this beautiful print right here. It has a sticker on the back that says Fine Arts Gallery. I am keeping this. I've been looking for art for the boys' bathroom, and the color palette of this is absolutely beautiful. So I think this is going to be the perfect size, the perfect color, the perfect subject matter to put into the boys' bathroom. And I was right. It looks perfect in here, fits perfect in here. I've been working on the boys' bathroom for about a month now. At some point I'll have a video, but here is a sneak peek. I now know that these are little furniture mover sliders, but when I thrifted them, I thought they just looked like cute little trays. This wooden one actually lives on my nightstand, and I use it to put all my rings in at night. So you could just use it like a little tray to put your jewelry, your earrings, or anything small in it. I have 4 of these glass ones, and this is the Brindled Bower bird's nest on my website. It's just these cute little bird's nests with one little egg on it, and look how perfectly this fits together. But I want to add a little something to it. So I have some of this twine in my stash, and I'm just going to wrap it around it. If you've ever tried to wrap something that is circular, it's kind of difficult. So I just added a little bit of hot glue to the bottom. It's not going to destroy it or anything. It's easy to take hot glue off, but it made it so much easier to wrap up this little piece. And I just wanted to add one more little something. So I took this sprig of greenery out of my stash and snipped off a little piece and just hot glued it to my nest. And how cute does this look? This marble one might be my favorite. It is beautiful as is, but I had this pumpkin in my stash. It fit perfectly on here, but I feel like it needs a little bit of greenery. This is the baby's twilight bush. It can be found on my website, juliesdesignsandsigns.com. I love this greenery. I'm always pulling it apart and using it for all sorts of different things. I just cut off the little thick stem pieces, and I'm just going to set it on top of the little marble tray. And to keep everything together, I'm just going to take some twine and I'm going to wrap the whole thing up. Once it was all together, I thought it would be so cute to add a little tag to it. So I took out my IOD stamp and I spelled out the word fall. This is the IOD apothecary stamp, and it's a 4-pack, so you get all of these different stamps with it. It's just so perfect for so many different projects. It's been sold out forever, but I have exciting news. The conservatory labels mode, the lovers of flowers transfer, and the apothecary labels are all back in stock. I feel like these are a DIY staple that you need. So I put together a little DIY bundle pack for y'all. So if you buy all 3, you save $12, and I will have a link in the description for y'all. I grabbed my IOD black ink and I inked up my little type stamps. Of course, I'm missing an L, so I'm gonna stamp the L again, and I'm using a thin mount. So that clear thing that I have the letters on, that's called a thin mount. Don't forget to add that to your order. It is a must for stamping. It's gonna make it so much easier. So I'm just gonna stamp the letter L again. And also the apothecary stamp, if y'all didn't notice, it comes with 4 different type fonts. So you have a lot to choose from. I want to say this one is the smallest. I'm just going to cut it out now, and I'm just going to create a little tag, but I didn't want to have to put a hole and try to tie it on to the little pumpkin. So I'm just going to simply hot glue it in place, and I love the addition of the little tag. How precious did these little pieces turn out? They are going to be just the perfect addition to any little vignette. So definitely be on the lookout for little tiny furniture movers and little tiny things that you can put on top of them, or you can simply use them as a little tray as well. Ooh, what is this? Oh, it's a cute little canvas, but it is really messed up. I know you can kind of wet them and stretch them out again, and I've done that. I don't know if this one can be saved. It's pretty stretched out, but it's so cute. Someone did actually paint it. I think this might be another painting. It is. This one's signed right there. It needs to be cleaned up, but it's not all stretched out like this one. Here's a wooden easel. I know this is to put a canvas on and paint, but I also think it is a really cool way to display art piece. So you have a finished art piece just in a canvas, and don't get it professionally framed, but put it on an easel in your decor instead. All right, guys, we're going to try to rescue this piece. It's attached on all sides except for this side, and one of the corners doesn't even have much canvas to work with. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to wet the entire piece, and that will make it a little bit easier for me to stretch this canvas. So I'm using my Fusion Mister. I'm going to wet it down, and then I'm going to start pulling just that one side that is unattached. I'm going to take my staple gun, and I'm just going to restaple that canvas. That wasn't as hard as I thought, and it worked really well. It looks pretty tight and pretty stretched out. So I'm going to now go put it outside and let it dry, and that should tighten it up just a little bit more. I did have a little bit of pulling of the paint right there, but not bad. For my little artist easel, I want to give it a vintage look. So if you have one that is brand new, or it has, you know, an orange wood tone that you don't like, there's an easy fix for that. Just take the Fusion Antiquing Glaze and brush it on your entire piece, and it'll give it that kind of deep, rich, antique, vintage looking wood that we love. I am so glad that I decided to rescue this piece from the bins, because I was able to stretch it out and bring it back to life. It is absolutely gorgeous, and this little piece I was able to clean it up, and it looks so perfectly sitting on our little aged artist easel. I hope that y'all are enjoying today's video so far. I want to take a quick minute to tell y'all about today's sponsor, Whatnot. You know, I love Whatnot. I talk about it all the time. And if you have not checked it out yet, or you don't know what it is, let me tell you, you need to go check it out. It is an online platform where all day long they have different live auctions going on. Literally anything and everything that you could possibly be interested in, there's an auction going on. They have plants, they have clothing, they have beautiful vintage home decor that we love. And if you are new to Whatnot, they have given me a link where you can get a $15 credit when you use my link. So I will have that in the description for y'all. I'll also have a link to my next show, which is going to be Thursday, July. We're in July now. It's going to be July 11th at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's going to be a good show. So if you've been eyeing all of the lovely things behind me, all of this is going to be up for auction. I'm calling it the white and blue ceramic sale because y'all know I love the glossy white stuff. You know I am obsessed with the blue and white lately. So I collected all of these goodies, and all of the auctions will start at $1. So y'all definitely come check me out, and I'll have all the links in the description for y'all. I love little bowls of goodies, and I know you do as well. I found all of these empty wooden spools, and although they look cute as is in this bowl, I feel like we can take them to another level. The first thing I want to do is the lighter ones. I want to antique them. So I grabbed my Fusion Antiquing Glaze, and I'm just going to give them a little coat and a little makeover. Then I grabbed the IOD Rose Toile stamp and the IOD Alpha Belly stamp. This is one of my favorite. It has all of these little embellishments that you can use on it. And I decided to go with the China Blue ink. I looked through my stash to find two rectangle objects that are smaller than the spools. You'll see in a minute how this really helps out. So I grabbed the typography from the Rose Toile stamp, and I'm inking it up, and I'm going to put it on the little rectangle piece that I have, and then I'm just going to roll my spool across it, and this is going to be so much easier than trying to roll the stamp onto the piece. This spool still had a little string on it, and I like that, so I just found a stamp that I could put on top of it. Y'all, How cute are these? Bows are super popular right now, so I added a cute little bow. All of these, except for the type one, is from the Alpha Belly stamp. I told y'all I love that one. There's just so many embellishments in all kind of different sizes that you can use. Now for the smaller one, I found a stamp that would fit on it, and I'm using my smaller piece of wood and I'm going to roll it across. Look how good the blue looks with the antiquing wax. I really like how that spool looked with a little bit of twine on it. So I decided for the other smaller ones, I would just add my own twine. So I'm sure y'all have some twine in y'all stash. I'm just going with white, but you know, you could go with different colors for the different seasons. And I think that would be super cute. So I'm just simply wrapping around. It's as easy as that. This project was so much fun. I love working on these smaller little embellished projects, and you put them in a bowl and look, they look so much cuter with their little embellishments. But we're gonna take them and style them in different ways now. Y'all, how precious are these in this tall apothecary jar? I love them, and they have a hole in them so you can stick little sprigs of greenery in it, little tiny Christmas trees at Christmas time. They are just so cute. And you've seen me do this on videos before where you can take a piece of metal wire and create your own picture holder. If you have any more ideas for these spools, definitely leave a comment below. I love this little chicken with the chick and the eggs. Says hand painted, made in Italy, $3.99. We have to rescue it and give it a better paint job. I know you're probably thinking that I was going to paint this with just a fresh coat of white paint, but no, I'm going the opposite direction. We are going to paint this black. I'm using Dixie Belle chalk paint in the color Caviar. As you can see, the coverage is amazing, and I'm using the Stahl Master pointed sash brush. This is my favorite because it really holds on to a lot of paint, so you don't have to refill it often, and it gets all the flat surfaces and it gets all of the detailed little cracks and crevices and all that as well. So I'm just going to put one coat of paint on here, and then I had just a few touch-up spots that I had to do after. She is all dry and looking good. Now we need to bring out some of the details. So I have a little bit of paint on my paintbrush, and then you're going to wipe it off. You want just such a small amount of paint on your paintbrush to do this. And this is called dry brushing, and you're just going to rub your brush over it. Y'all, I only dipped it in the paint twice. It takes such a small amount of paint to do this. If you do too much, if you have too much paint on your brush, you're going to have brush strokes, and it's just not going to look good. It's better to go very light, and then you could always add more. But you can see it's really highlighting all of the details of this piece. I'm using Fusion paint in the color Lamp White, which is kind of like a white with a grayish tone. I thought it would look perfect with the Dixie Belle color Caviar. So you just keep going with the dry brush with, the tiniest amount of paint until you get the look that you want. If you feel like you put too much on, guys, it's just paint. You could put a little bit black over it and try it again. This is what it looked like when I was done dry brushing it, and you can see it literally brought out every single little tiny detail of this piece. I absolutely love the way this is looking, but we are not done yet. I want to add a little bit more dimension to this, so I'm going to take the Dixie Belle Easy Peasy Wax and this product called Dixie Belle Dirt. I love it. So I'm going to spray a little bit of the wax on there, then I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of dirt, and it kind of makes your piece look like it's been in the dirt, it's been sitting outside for a long time. I'm really going to concentrate on putting it in all the cracks and the shadows of this piece. So I'm going to apply it, and then I'm going to take a dry brush and just kind of brush off all of the excess. I'm going to bring y'all in up close so y'all can really see how this added another layer and another dimension to this piece. I think the more layers you can get, the more it looks like an authentic antique piece. Doesn't she look so cute outside with all of my little plants? I definitely feel like black was the right decision. You just have to add a few layers to it to give it that dimension so it's just not stark black. And I'm gonna go ahead and pat myself on the back, y'all, because I have kept these plants alive for 3 weeks now. Alright guys, that is it for today's video. Y'all leave a comment below. Let me know what was your favorite project that I created today. Of course, I loved all of them, but I think the little furniture movers were my favorite. It's just such a cool way to upcycle that, and everything's just cuter when it's smaller. So I really like that one. And also, I have an announcement for y'all. If you are an IOD lover like me, next week is going to be the summer release, and it is so good. I cannot give y'all any sneak peeks. I actually don't even have an exact date of when it is happening, but I know it's going to be next week. So make sure you are following me here. Make sure you are following me over on Facebook, because I will be announcing it, and of course showing y'all all of the new goodies. And don't forget to come check me out next week over on Whatnot on Thursday. I'm gonna have this amazing auction happening, and if you're watching this video at a later date, come over and follow me anyway, because I have sales almost every single week. I love being on Whatnot. I like shopping there. I like selling there. So I am always over there. So y'all come hang out with me, and I will see y'all next week for a new DIY. And I think we're going to be using all of the new IOD products. So y'all have a great day. Bye guys.